All right, this time last night we were watching very powerful Category 4 Hurricane Laura make its way towards the Louisiana coast. It finally made landfall at about 2 a.m. Eastern time, and it's now moving across parts of Arkansas, about to transition over to a tropical depression, so weakening rapidly. But landfall last night was a historic one, actually, for both Southwest Louisiana and for the United States. It puts it in some of the strongest landfalls we've ever seen from any hurricane in the U.S., and it puts it in the top 10 here. These are the landfalling hurricanes that have had winds of at least 150 miles an hour. We've got some big names on here. Camille, one of the most notorious names back in 1969 that affected the Mississippi Gulf Coast, and of course Andrew that affected Miami-Dade County, a good portion of South Florida back in 1992, and of course Charlie that affected our area back in 2004. Laura last night with winds of 150, making it into the top 10 there last year. And of course Michael back in the Panhandle a couple of years ago up around Panama City, Category 5 there. There's a look at Laura. Not much left to it. It doesn't have that well-defined circular look to it like it had last night. It was a hurricane, so it's transitioning over to a tropical depression, but it's still producing a lot of wind and also a lot of rainfall across sections of the Mid-South here for tonight. As of the 8 o'clock advisor, winds at 40 miles an hour. New advisor coming up at 11 o'clock. We may get a position update here in the next several minutes or so, but it looks like the next full advisor at 11 o'clock probably is going to drop this down to tropical depression status, but expected to affect parts of the mid-Atlantic and the Ohio Valley with some rain and wind here through the end of the week. We're watching a couple of more areas, believe it or not. We've got one tropical wave out here in the middle of the Atlantic, 20% chance of development over the next 2 days, 30% chance over the next 5 days. And we've got yet another wave that just came off the African coast near the Cabo Verde Islands, 30% chance of development over the next 5 days. The peak of hurricane season comes up in about 2 weeks, so we're starting to get into that crescendo part of the season before we start to tail things off heading into October and November. Had a few storms this afternoon, but it was lots of sunshine. It was a hot day. Temperatures low to mid-90s, heat index over 100 to 105 in many locations. Currently, we're in the mid-80s in most areas with light southwesterly winds. It looks like we'll be quiet here for the rest of tonight. Skies will be mostly clear, upper 70s, and then temperatures tomorrow afternoon topping out once again into the low to mid-90s. We are going to see a bit of a wind shift over the next day or so, so the focus for storms is going to be more inland as we start to see a shift in the area of high pressure out over the Atlantic. These are the upper level steering winds, or the winds at about 10,000 feet, 15,000 feet in the atmosphere. They help steer the storms around. When we start to get more of an onshore southwesterly wind, that's when we start to see those storms developing near the coast in the morning and focusing inland during the afternoon. Notice through Saturday and in the Sunday, we get primarily a westerly wind that should last through early next week too. So our storms are going to be mainly inland during the afternoon and evening here through the weekend. Storms tomorrow developing just east of I-75 and collecting inland, and that's that transition back towards that southwest flow aloft with the storms mainly across inland areas, and that again will be the focus for the weekend. Scattered storms in the afternoon inland, otherwise remaining hot and humid. Here's your 7-day forecast, and again those PM storms do return though by the end of next week, but really from about tomorrow or Saturday into early next week we'll see those inland storms each day.